Hey guys. Okay, so the obvious thing to talk about in this chapter is that Homura awakens her overdrive. But one thing I want to talk about specifically is how that moment and this fight as a whole with Milani actually kind of fixed a major issue I've been having with Homura for a while now, but just kind of remained silent about it, which is that ever since Homura had officially taken up the mantle of the Sword of Edens, it's it's largely felt like she's been nothing more than a, nothing more than Prince Valkyrie's placeholder. And this isn't, just so everyone's clear, this isn't me downplaying all her development during the entire Sun Jewel arc. That's not it. Because what happened in that arc was necessary in order for Homura to truly into her own as a character, her like develop her independence and become her own person. But at the same time, since taking up Valkyrie's position, since taking up Valkyrie's vacated position as the Sword of Edens, the thing with Homura for me is she hasn't had a moment that truly defines her as one of the four shining stars, the ones considered the elite among the Demon King's court. Like if you pretty much look at the series at this point, every one of the four shining stars every one of the four shining stars except for Homura have had a single moment that pretty much defines what defines why they're considered the elite of the elite. Homura, for the longest time, even though she had one or two moments where she proved her power, it didn't feel enough to really show why specifically she was deserving of being considered a part of Four Shining Stars, the elite of the elite. This is like the ones who are considered the ones who are considered the elite among the Demon King's court, and this was that moment for her, this was that moment for Homura where she truly showed her capabilities of standing alongside the other three as an equal in strength and abilities. And obviously Shiki isn't, and obviously the thing with the relationship between the four shining stars and Shiki is Shiki, obviously, as we know, isn't going to really care too much about stuff like that. Like, he isn't really going to care too much about the nuance of pretty much isn't going to care all that much about the whole relationship between, like the whole relationship or power dynamic between him and the four shining stars. But at the same time, this is still an important turning point that I feel is necessary for when the four shining stars face off against Ziggy's dark stars. Like, I think now with this chapter we basically established that pretty much Homura is officially pretty much among the elite of the four, is one of the elite four shining stars. She pretty much has earned her place as one of the four now, which I really appreciate this chapter for that. And yet again, I'm not trying to downplay her development up to this point, but it's largely been, for me, her development up to this point has largely been on an emotional level. But here we develop like her like how like her we develop her actual like we develop how power like her actual like status as a four shining star, and just how and just what she thinks about like serving under that title, I think now. Now, I will admit, I am juggling a little bit whether or not the circumstances of the fight warranted Homura activate Awakening Overdrive, but I think I'm also subconsciously comparing it to the first time Shiki did it, and just how much of a high-stress situation he was under in battling Drac and Joe at the time, and just how the build-up of that moment felt slightly more earned. Like, I guess to put it another way, Homura's Awakening of Overdrive is one of those cases where it does work here because of what we know about how the technique works, and can only be tapped into when the Ether Gear breaks its limit, which is exactly what happened to Homura in this fight. But I think why it feels a little more off to me here is because it's the build-up factor. It's the build-up factor itself, and how it felt a touch lacking. But again, the overall circumstances, the circumstances and what we know about the techniques do work. In fact, I do want to. In fact, it was just although I'll just say this much: it was still pretty much cool as shit in order to see Homura in her overdrive form, just pretty much wail on just pretty much wail on just pretty much wail on just wail on Milani, and just kind of go ham on her, just destroy everything, all her mirrors, just all that stuff. It was so epic. In fact, like, I kind of want to, in fact, because of how this fight ended, I do almost want to wait for next week's chapter before I make an official call on it. But unless I'm mistaken, I think Milani might have, I think Homura just might have straight up killed, just might have straight up killed Milani. Again, I want to, like, again, I want to wait. But if Milani is dead, then damn, that's dark. But at the same time, like, let's be real here. With Mashima, I think he intentionally like made her so hateable that if she is dead, then we're not exactly gonna mourn her. But I do still like how Mashima is continuously driving home the parallels of how Shiki and his group want to fight to protect peace between machine and human, whereas Shura and his Shura's side just wants to destroy it full stop. So yeah, it's a nice little contention in the fight there too. Just they're both Homura and Milani are fighting for two different things, just from like Shiki and Shura are, but for them it's like it's for they're also fighting for just the pride of the people they serve as well. And yeah, obviously we get that ending where Jean inspects the wreckage of the explosion. And the thing is, the way this ending is staged, I can see a lot of theories popping up and like popping up for the next couple of weeks and for the next couple of weeks until we get the actual reveal, and what they're gonna be like, which is the idea that I think people have had this theory for a while, which is that Shiki is in some ways part machine or all machine, but on the other hand, and well, there is, I think, maybe some merit just based off how this ending is staged. I also feel Mashima is keenly aware of these theories and that he's using it as a misdirection for whatever he actually has planned for next week's big reveal. Personally, the thing for me is if it was revealed that Shiki is part machine, that I actually feel a little underwhelming in a way. So I'm sticking with my own theory that what we're about to see is Shiki tap into the like very core dark power of Satan gravity, and he's just about to cut loose in an absolute rage from being consumed by that power. Like, and really, when you look at this, the staging of this, when you really study the staging of this ending, all the pieces are on the board for it to happen. Even just from having Jean here now, because Jean is basically our surrogate looking in on this, and he's let's be real, he's a walking sandbag for Mashima to showcase how powerful Shiki can be if he were to master the dark side of Satan gravity. Like, again, this chap, what's probably about to go down right now is all just pretty much is setting up just pretty much just Shiki's first full pretty much dive into the power of Satan gravity. And yeah, I'm into the full dark power of Satan gravity, and yeah, I'm kind of here for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very interested to see where this is gonna go. But yeah, I guess the only again kind of going off the fight itself, I think the only minor problem I have with this chapter is that it was maybe paced a little weird in places. But if that's all I've got to say is some pacing issues here and there, then this chapter was still kind of amazing really. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter, Analyst, Crunchyroll. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications, and just share this video around, guys. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later.